Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks very much. Very pleased to be here to take you through the Chesser Resources story. We're an Australian-listed junior explorer under the ticker of CHZ on the Australian Stock Exchange. We're going through a very, very exciting period right now for the company that follows acquisition of a land package in Senegal, Western Africa. Following an auger program, we have completed a first phase wide space reconnaissance drill program of RC drilling of 4,700 metres, and we've come across numerous high grade oxide, fresh rock, shallow depth mineralisation zones to the point that we've got 3 target areas, and it's really a breaking or potentially a lift out period for the company, and we are expecting to start drilling not today in Senegal. It's Idil Futri. It's the end of the Ramadan period. But by tomorrow, we're hoping that the rig will start spinning again, and we're coming up into a period of hopefully very positive news flow as we move forward in what is our Diamba Sud flagship project. So on that, I'll take you through the story very briefly. We think we have something by the tail. We're not sure if it's a warthog, a lion or an elephant, but we are in virgin elephant country, and that really is the takeaway, hopefully, that you'll take today. The disclaimers. So where are we? We're in eastern Senegal, which is on the west coast of West Africa. There are 2 greenstone Birimian aged belts within Senegal. The western one is where Teranga Gold and Toro Gold are producing in the order of 6 million ounces from 2 operations there. And we're on the Diamba Sud project, which is on the eastern side, or the right-hand side of that slide, is hard up against the Senegal-Mali shear zone. The Senegal-Mali shear zone is a key feature of the West African Craton. It hosts 45 million ounces of gold, orogenic gold. Fekola, B2 Gold acquisition of Papillon Resources from an Australian company discovered that, got it to 2 million ounces. Fakilion paid $550 million for that deposit. It is currently 7.1 million ounces and is one of the standout assets for B2 Gold's portfolio. We are 7 kilometres away from Guankoto, 15 kilometres away from Lulu. That's a combined 18 million ounce complex at Barrick Gold through a Randgold acquisition merger has taken over. And to the north we have Yatela and Sadola, which are IAMGOLD, Ashanti Gold joint ventures. So we have our flagship project, Diamba Sud, which is a key focus for the company at present, has a nearology or characteristics that we believe are incredibly encouraging. And the results from our first pass drilling have confirmed that. We've had numerous hits, as I mentioned, 18 metres at 5.6 from 6 metres depth is a great oxide intercept, very nice one to have. Importantly, we've hit fresh mineralisation, sulphide mineralisation in fresh rock at pretty shallow depths. So there's a mineralised system there. We now have to move forward and get the controls on that mineralisation and advance the drill programs. In terms of the company itself, as I mentioned, we're on the ASX. We have 248 million shares outstanding, which in Australian terms, believe it or not, is quite a small number. The company has actually started in 2005, so that it really is a small number. We had a discovery in Turkey. We sold that for $40 million, returned $30 million to shareholders, kept $10 million, and in 2017 acquired this land package in Senegal. We have 1.5 million in the bank based on a financing we did 3 weeks ago to fund our phase 2 exploration program. 100% retail, no institutions or corporate investors on the books currently. and the top 20 shareholders own 40% of the stock. A very experienced technical management team and public company experience management team. On the board of note there, Simon Taylor from Oklo Resources. For any of you who follow the West African space, Oklo Resources has had significant success in Mali with early stage discoveries being drilled and advancing. Went from 5 million to 90 million market cap based on that. We're essentially the younger sister of Oklo Resources with a lot of shared sort of synergies, etc. A bit more detail on why I think we're in elephant country. The Senegal shear zone is a bounding structure between two greenstone belts. The third of the greenstone belts in Senegal is out to the west. I won't focus on that. The one of focus and interest for us is the green section there you see on the left-hand side of that fault zone or shear zone. Those shear zones, those deposits on those shear zones all share similar characteristics. Those characteristics are they're on a splay of the shear zone, not actually on the shear zone itself, although having said that, Boto, which is IAMGOLD's project to the south of our project in Senegal, straddles the shear zone, which is probably a first in the region. So they're all hosted on these splays. The dominant controls on mineralisation are north and northeasterly trends. And the mineralisation is in the form of pyrite with a strong alteration package around it as an envelope. In the cases of most of those deposits, it's an albertisation around those, based mainly on the meta-sediment package that is the greenstone belt on the Mali side. On the western side of that shear zone, we're in what's called the Falémé group, which are volcanic, felsic volcanics intermediate intrusives, which creates a different alteration geochemistry package. And what we're seeing from the first round drilling is starting to tick all the boxes of the similar characteristics of those regional projects. They're all 5 million plus, in the exception of Boto. They're all 5 million plus ounce deposits, and hence my comment on elephant country. We're 2 kilometres to the west of the Senegal-Mali shear zone. We have 2 splays running through the Daim Bassoud property. The mineralisation appears to have a northerly to a northwesterly trend to it, and we're getting a high-grade gold associated with pyrite with a strong potassic alteration in the form of K-spar and sericite plus or minus quartz. So a summary of the drill program to date and where we've got. We first went through the property with auger drilling down to the top of the saprolite. Pretty shallow, it's under transported cover. Previous company had missed it because they did soil geochemistry. We came through and applied what Oklo were doing in Mali in terms of using auger drilling. Very wide spaced lines, 400 metre north-south spaced lines, 50 metres apart on each hole on those lines. Came through, drilled it, infilled areas of anomalous gold, and then came through and infilled those areas of high grade. And what we delineated there in terms of that colour heat map, a very high grade area. The yellow, red and pink is essentially 0.5 gram or higher in auger. So it's not really a geochemical anomaly, it's almost ore grade material if you thought about it that way. So we've hit multiple zones there. The northern arc is our principal targets, 1.5 kilometre wide zone of multiple probable north striking zones. We're going to start drilling hopefully on tomorrow or the weekend to drill some east-west lines to control that orientation of the mineralisation, and then also in western flank. The yellow dashed lines you can see running through are the 2 splays that run through the property. The solid, slightly thicker line on the far right-hand side is the Senegal-Mali shear zone. So that's how close we are to it. We have Barrick operating immediately to the east of us, out to the Mali border. They're doing an IP program, an auger program as we speak, so we have a very active major in the zone. As I said, this is going to start drilling. We're doing an IP survey on the weekend as well. So I think over the next 2 to 3 months, or 2 months probably, we will be in a very, very exciting position. So thanks very much for that. We're down in booth B1 if you would like to come and have a chat. Thank you.
Great. Thank you.